excited to be filming this. I haven't filmed a video, it feels like, in so long. It's been, I think, only 2 weeks maybe since I last uploaded a video, and that just feels like too long. So hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Zoe, and today's video is going to be a bit of a step-by-step or tips and tricks. Let's sit down and talk about the transition process between processed hair, whether you relax it or you have like an overload of heat damage, whatever it is. If you are about to transition or thinking about wanting to transition to your natural curls, then this video is for you. Disclaimer: I'm not an expert. I am not, you know, a hairstylist. I'm not certified in curly hair. This information that I have is just stuff that I have learned along the way that has worked for me, that has worked for my hair. Everybody has different hair, so things that have worked for me might not work for you. But I have done the transition journey, so we're gonna talk about the things that I did and the things that I learned that I think might maybe help you. My very first video on YouTube actually was about my natural hair transition journey, but I don't think that I really went into how I did that. Definitely watch that video if you want to know about my personal hair journey, but this is more of a general kind of thing. Before I get started though, I'd like to give a quick little shout out to Casely for sponsoring this video. If you know me, you know I am obsessed with phone cases. I love them, and these ones that I just got from Casely are super cute. This is part of their new neon collection, so I got the neon orange, and it's mag safe. I actually have one of those chargers right back here, so it will work perfectly. This one is gonna be so cute for spring and summer because it's such a fun, vibrant color. And then this one I just thought was so cute. It's part of their Crayola collection, and I just think it's so quirky and fun. Part of why I love them is because they give back. Who doesn't love that? 5% of all of their profits are donated to their charity of the month as part of their Every Case Counts initiative, and they've donated over $500,000 to charities. Also, every purchase comes with stickers, and I'm just a fiend for stickers. I already have them on my laptop, and they're 100% carbon neutral. Guys! They have MagSafe, and then this one I got in the bold option, and it gives military grade protection up to 8 feet. And then the one I have on my case here is just from the classic collection. Super slim, lightweight, but also gives me really great protection. I know a good case by if it has a lip to cover my camera, because social media is like pretty much what I do. So if my phone camera cracks, it's just over for me. So you're protected. They're all scratch resistant. We love that. And you get a 1-year warranty on all of them. So just wanted to give them a quick little shout out. Thank you, Casely, for sponsoring this video. If you guys use my code ZoeARaymond30, you can get 30% off, which by the way is so good because their cases are already so well priced. I've actually been using Casely cases since like the beginning of time, so that's part of why I'm so excited about this. I will have Casely linked down below along with my code so you guys can get 30% off. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. That was a mouthful. Okay, so I have quite a few, I don't know if you can see on here, quite a few notes, but I'm going to try to make this video concise, so don't you even worry. All right, let's just jump on into it. The first thing that I recommend that you do before you transition to your natural hair is to think about what you want out of this and why you are doing it. My hair was so chemically processed that it started getting shorter and shorter because it was breaking. It just was getting to the point where it didn't look good anymore, and I didn't think it was worth it to keep doing all those treatments if it wasn't looking good, and it just wasn't healthy at all. So what I wanted was healthy hair. I wanted less work, which you might think that when you're relaxing your hair and, you know, straightening it all the time, that it's less work than if it was just natural. But for me at least, I found that it was a lot harder to take care of. I will say I didn't know if having naturally curly hair would be easier or not because it had been years since I had seen my natural hair, but just the upkeep of having processed hair, of like, I had to really like spray it down every day to make it look hydrated because it was so dry, and then even just doing the treatments every month or so, I was like, this is just, I'm tired of this. And I will say now that I am fully natural, I do feel like it's a lot easier. My hair was not like straight. I wasn't putting in a full-on relaxer. I was actually using a texturizer. I was using the the Just For Me texturizer that was like for little girls. So my hair still had a little bit of curl, but I did straighten it a lot. I had dyed it. It was just like, instead of this kind of curl, it was like a wave type moment. Another tip to that first tip of why you want to do this and what you want out of it, I started a Pinterest board all about curls and inspo pics. I pinned pictures of people who I thought would have hair like mine. Like I said, I hadn't seen my natural hair in years, so I really didn't have any idea what I was going to end up with, but I have pictures of myself from when I was younger, so I was like pinning pictures of people who I thought had hair like mine, and it just really motivated me. Anytime I felt discouraged or insecure, or I was like, when is this gonna end? I went back to that Pinterest board and looked at those pictures and I was like, okay, this is what I want. let me push through, because if this is the end result, it's worth it. My next tip is to prepare to be uncomfortable. I actually did my transition journey, or started it, in my freshman year of college. I wouldn't recommend that just because I feel like freshman year of college is already hard enough with insecurities. You're getting used to being away from home. If you've been a freshman in college, you know what I'm talking about. It's a difficult year in general. So to throw on a transition journey on top of that, it's not the best idea. I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's the way you want to go, do it. Obviously, I mean, I did it and I lived. But I say prepare to be uncomfortable because your hair is going to go through so many changes and it might make you feel a little bit insecure. Specifically, what I'm talking about is like when your hair starts to grow out, right? If you have processed hair, it's, you know, straight, it's dry, it's stringy. And then when you get that little bit of natural growth starting, what's going to happen is your hair is going to get puffier because there's now, like, let's say an inch of new growth, and it's all curly, and then the rest is like your processed gross stuff. Your hair's gonna puff out a little bit and it's gonna get shorter. So I was already mad because before I even started my natural hair journey, my hair was getting shorter because it was breaking. Now it was getting shorter because of the shrinkage, and it was puffing out. It was huge. You can watch my natural hair journey for pictures and examples of all of this. That, I think, is the most uncomfortable part, just because for me, I don't like short hair on myself. I just don't think it suits me, really. My hair is still like kind of short, but I'm talking like it was here and it was puffed out, but you couldn't tell that my hair was growing even though it was. And that's what made me uncomfortable and insecure, was that it just looked short and dry and puffy, but there was growth, because it wouldn't have looked like that if it wasn't growing. Anyways, prepare to be uncomfortable, prepare to have some insecure moments. My next tip is to watch some YouTube videos like this one, even if it's just like my wash day routine or my curly hair routine or different hairstyles and stuff of people who you think might have similar hair to you, or even if they don't, you know, it'll give you kind of an idea of what you might be getting into. This will motivate you because you're gonna be like, I want that routine. I need to get those products. I want to get this, that. Like, this is gonna be my routine when my transition journey is over, so I'm excited. At least that's how it was for me. Like, when I watched those videos, I was like, oh my gosh, like, her hair's so pretty, and like, oh, I should get that product. Like, let me start looking for it, like that kind of thing. It was just exciting for me. I watched a lot of Ms. Bianca Renee. She is a curly hair enthusiast on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I have talked about her in almost all of my curly hair videos. They're just so helpful. She knows so much about curly hair. My next tip would be to decide how long you're gonna go through this transition process before you cut off the processed ends. So I told myself I would go through it for 2 years, and I ended up doing it for 1 year and 7 months because I just was like, okay, I guess it's grown out enough and I'm tired of dealing with this and going through this, so I'm just gonna chop it off. And so I did, because it looked really bad. I was starting to look like, I don't even know, it would it looked worse than it did before I was transitioning. The reason I think you should have a set time frame or whatever is because then you have something to work towards, whereas if you're just kind of floating in space, then you're like, I don't think I really want to do this anymore, and then you go back to your relaxer or straightening it or whatever it is. Also, side note, this is not to say that straightening your hair is bad, because I still straighten my hair. You just don't want to do it too much because heat damage is a thing no matter how much heat protectant you use. I do have a video where I filmed like my straightening routine. I don't do it myself because I'm not good at it, but my mom does it. I did a whole video on curly to straight, and then I also have a video on straight to curly. So watch those. I have a whole like YouTube playlist of all of my curly hair videos, so I'll link it down below for you guys to check out. Next is to buy the products that your natural hair will need. Don't wait until you're fully natural to go sulfate silicone free. Do that now because it'll train your hair to act the way you want it to. My favorites are Shea Moisture and the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line. Whatever routine you're going to have when you are fully natural, you should just already do that. That way, when you do end up chopping things off and you're fully natural, there's no culture shock there. There's no, oh my gosh, now what do I do? It's like, oh, I already know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do the same thing I've been doing and we're gonna be so gorgeous. Next tip is kind of referring back to when I was talking about straightening your hair, but it's to just try and limit the amount of heat that you put on your hair while you're transitioning, or else you'll be damaging your natural hair before you're even fully natural. So you don't want to ruin any progress that you're making. Okay, just a couple more. So my next point is to try out some protective styles. I do not know how to braid. I can't do the French braids and all the fancy braids. I just don't know how to do it. I get frustrated and impatient, but I did the best with what I knew. Sometimes I had my mom French braid my hair whenever I would come home from school, but my go-to was just like a low slick back bun and whatever pieces I had sticking out, because they didn't look beautiful and gorgeous like this. It was more like super curly at the top and then just like straight and dry and disgusting. So whatever was sticking out, I just pinned back with bobby pins, and then I would just like accessorize with some makeup, some earrings, and I looked cute. My next tip is to learn to be patient, because you're gonna hit that 3-month or 6-month mark and you're gonna want to go back. Be patient. This is why we set a limit. So if you hit 6 months and your goal was to go a year, just tell yourself, I only have 6 more months. I've come this far. Let's not ruin it. Because I did actually, I tried to do the transition process one time in high school. I think it was a junior or a senior, and I was like, I'm gonna go natural. I'm gonna do it. But I had no plan. I never watched any videos. I didn't set a time limit. I just randomly decided, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I did not make it. I think I lasted maybe 2 months, and then I was like, where's the texturizer? Mom, help. But the second time around, freshman year of college, it worked out. I learned to be a lot more patient, and I was like, okay, if I'm telling myself I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do it. Stick it out because you will be so happy in the end. Side note, my cousin, Amy, she's been in a couple of my videos, but she had very relaxed hair, and I like kind of inspired her to go natural, and she recently did it. Like, she chopped off the rest of her dead ends, and she messaged me and she was like, I just wanted to let you know I cut it all off. And I was like, I was just so excited for her. Stick it out, because she struggled too. I did this when I was 18, 19, but she did it as a mere 15, 16-year-old. So if she can do it, you can do it. And if you're able to get over that first hump where you're like, I don't know if I want to keep going, but you do, then you can do it again. Trust me. My last and final tip is to just prepare yourself for that confidence glow up. I think that I fully owe my confidence to my transition journey, because you learn to be so patient. You learn to love your curls so much and appreciate them. And I truly do not think that I would love my hair as much as I do if I didn't go through that. I think if I had been living with this hair since birth, I wouldn't appreciate it the way that I do now. It is so exciting when you are transitioning and you get like maybe 2 inches of growth, and I would always like, especially right around here, because I would see like the gorgeous healthy like dark brown curl, and then I'd see the dead part, and that line is called the line of demarcation, and I looked at that in the mirror all the time. I mean, the line's everywhere because your hair's growing all over, but it was just especially satisfying around here because I would see like the curls and I'd be like, oh my gosh. Like, that's also really what helped me to keep going, is seeing the growth and being like, this is working, it's happening. And then when you finally cut it off, it's like, I did it. And you feel so proud of yourself. You feel that boost of confidence. And even though when I cut it and my hair was super short, like I said, I don't like short hair on myself, but for some reason it was so liberating, and I still loved my hair. Even if I didn't like how short it was, I was proud of myself, and I was like, I was happy with the end result. So all that to say, if you're thinking about transitioning, just do it. I love my hair more than I ever thought I would. I mean, I just remember middle school, elementary school me trying to do my hair and just like crying because I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to do it. It didn't look like my friend's hair. I never used to like my hair ever, even while I was putting all those chemicals in it. Like I never ever liked my hair until I transitioned. So I highly recommend it. Like I said, I still like to have fun with my hair. I still like to switch it up. I still straighten it. I only straighten it a few times a year. I tell myself to wait at least 4 months after I straighten it before I straighten it again. I have finally gotten to the point where I think I like my curls better than my straight hair. And it never used to be that way. Even after I transitioned and I was fully natural, I remember straightening it maybe a couple months after I was completely natural and I was like, wow, I still really like this. Yikes. But obviously I wasn't gonna put all that heat damage and put the chemicals back in to get that. Like I wasn't even thinking about that. The last time I straightened my hair in October, I remember getting in the shower to wash it. I was like, I'm excited to wash my hair and get my curls back because I think I might look better that way. And I've never thought that throughout my whole life. I've always thought that I maybe looked a little bit better when I had straight hair. It's not that I thought I was ugly with curly hair, it was just that I thought I looked nicer with straight hair. And I think I have overcome that officially. Oh, thanks. So anyway, those are my tips. I really hope that this helped, that this motivated you to go natural. And I still look at my hair every day and I'm like, I can't believe this is my hair. I just really want everyone to feel that way about their hair, especially curly girls, because y'all know the curly world, it's just a whole nother story. It's such a huge part of our lives. I just think it's really important to love your natural hair, no matter what it looks like. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like it, subscribe, do all of the things, comment, share this with a friend. Yeah, just do all the things and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.